Okay, so we did the one side, and basically you're gonna take it up like this, flip it over, open it up, and that gives you, let me get this so you can see it, that gives you a nice spread there. Okay, and then this just comes around here. Oops. Comes, all right, well, let me get this here. It comes, you want to catch it underneath there, slide it around, and flip it over. So now, I'm going to show you how I did it on this side, if I can remember, because it's been a couple of days since I've done it. Been super busy, but you know. Okay, so I'm going to open this up so I can follow what I did and what I put where. Now I know the one thing that I did here, first I'm going to put the white paper down. So I can find my glue.
Did I see that?
I took some stuff into the kitchen this afternoon while I was doing some cooking, and I took my glue too, but I never brought I did bring my glue back, but I didn't actually put it away. So here we go. We're off and running now, girls and boys, guys and gals. And there we go. Step number 1. Then we're going to have approximately, where's my little, approximately 1.25 inches. Okay, so 1.25 inches. And got a inch there and an inch there, so yeah. Just trying to get this where it's going to be kind of the same. Okay, just going to lift that up just a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to just kind of hold this in place. And I'm going to just glue across, across the first 1/2 inch or so. So I just put glue across the first 1/2 inch or so. So there's still open space so I can put this down and glue everything else. And I couldn't remember. This is a handmade paper. This is one of the items I pulled from my stash. This is not in the book. And I have had this for eons, and I've never found a use for it until now. But I just have one sheet of it, so it's not like, you know, I was like going crazy trying to find something to do with it. Okay, sorry about that. Let's try this again. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue down this piece. There we go. Okay, so now that is all set. Yep. Okay. And then I can glue down the red backing. Go. Okay. All right. So then we're going to have this and my little bit of brown is going to go underneath here. And I will take a little bit of score tape. I get that in the center? Not really. A little bit of score tape. Now that's pretty much centered. And but I'll take both of them off. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm not going to have it pull through. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. There we go. Alright. And then make sure the dragon is not upside down because I almost did that once. And we're going to glue him down. And then this front part will primarily be done. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there is that part. Now, we've got our flap, and it is going to go right up to, but not over, I don't know, I'm leaving a little bit, a 1/16 of an inch. I mean, it's just a space about as wide as the score line itself. And you want to get a lot of glue. I mean, not necessarily a lot of glue, but you want to get good coverage right up to the fold. Okay, make sure, no, that's gonna be just fine. You want to make sure that you're going to be able to fold it over nicely and that it's not going to impede. Okay, now this can go down because it's covering the flap. Let me show you here. See this? Once you put the flap down, then you can put this backing on. Get that. There we go. So it goes together pretty quickly. moved around and down. Make sure it's nice and smooth and that all the ends have glue. Okay, so now we're going to do this part. And we're going to, this is the part that is, this is how it's going because this continues on across here. And that kind of gives that a little bit of that illusion. Okay, so before we glue this down though, we need to put this on. Now you can put it just through here, or you can put it through both pieces and then put the red on the back. I believe, yeah, I put it through both pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Go. Alrighty. Okay. Now we what was it that I used? I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. Okay, anyway, so we want it to be straight here. We want it to be about as far over as this one and in line with that one. I'm going to stand up and see how I'm doing here. Straight. And so maybe right about there. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to push through. And I'm going to push this through, but I don't want to get it all the way down because I do want to have something, you know, to go underneath it. So I'm going to take this elastic and I'm going to leave it right there while I fold this side down. Okay, now that elastic is there. And that's good. Okay, so just find something to stick there. I'm going to put some of the art glitter glue underneath these metal pieces and hold them for a minute.
Can you see it?
And just let that dry. So I can make sure that I've got that down. Well, the one side is caught. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Just gonna put a little bit of that over both pieces, and that'll take care of it, and then I don't have to sit there and hold it. It's like watching grass grow or paint dry or glue dry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I tell you. I had some lady comment to me that I had said during one of my voiceovers that I had to do. And I said, I don't even know what the heck I am talking about here. My hands are going to town and I'm trying to show you something, but I don't know what the heck it is. So ever since, and she said, oh, I just thought your voiceover was hilarious. And so thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. But boy, let me tell you, now when I'm moving my hands, I'm saying, stop that, stop that. Don't do that. So yeah. It's trying to keep things upbeat, happy, moving forward, giving you all the information that I want you to have about why, how come, you know, all that stuff. And you know, everything else that I think might be helpful to you. Yeah, and then try and remember not to move my, you know, I do jazz hands and and all that stuff. Okay, I just want to make sure that this gets, because this is pushed up here, that if you don't get it really adhered down on this side, you could push back and pop this paper. Okay, so we don't want to do that. All right, so now we are just going to, let's see, let me give it a little, we're going to put this through here. We're going to tie a knot. And all I did was tie a knot, and then I stuck the excess back through. And this might be a lot longer, which it is. So let me move this up, because I need to have it about the same. Okay, so let's see. There, slide it under. See, now look, this one I darkened the underneath, and the other one I did not. I think I like it a little darkened underneath there, don't you? And then that is that. So, did I? Yeah, I think so. So now I'm gonna trim this about the same as I've got the other one. There we go. So it kind of is just back behind there. Down. Yeah, I'm going to, where's my brown? Let's see. I'm gonna give this, oh yeah, that's dry as a bone. You could actually do the whole piece, just give it a little more finished look. And I think I used black on the other ones. Let's give this a little, I did use black on this one, but let me get a little more brown on here. This is Cup of Joe by Hero Arts. I don't know if I ever said that or not, but yeah. Just remember saying that I liked it. Okay. Alright, so there we go. And these two chipboard pieces are actually from birdsong. So that's why they have similar colors and things like that. So there we go. Now we have this last page here, and then whatever we're going to do on the inside front and back covers. And this is a piece that I have left over. And I think, I was just thinking, what was I going to do, huh? Let's see. I have, what do I have here? I have 2 pieces left, and I know for a fact back here I'm just going to put a big pocket. So up front I have a lot of space, so I can put a waterfall here. And I do have to fix this. This, because the pages are pulling this up, this is bending farther than it would normally bend. Because normally it would just bend like that, or forward, but instead it's actually bending backwards. So it's stressed the paper. So I will come up with something to hide this. But I think I will do a waterfall on the front and just a nice pocket back here, and maybe a little piece here, and I will leave this just flat. But I might do a little something here just to be cute. This side has not yet succumbed, but it may. So I will probably do whatever I do on this side, I will do on this side. Anyway, so I'm going to have some extra paper that I can fiddle around with. A little bit extra paper. Let's see, because that 6 by 4.5, so I can get 4 pages out of one piece. If I do 6. So 6 by 4.5. Okay, and I might just do it out of, not out of brown, I might just do that out of decorative paper, because I have so much of it left. And pretty much every color is on this front, so this might be a great place to just do page, 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 and I would do it so that the 6-inch will be this way. So 6 by 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, you know, so I can get quite a bit across here. That'll be nice. That will be very nice. Very nice. Lots of room for pictures in this, and that's what I'm all about. You know, I definitely love having some spaces with really pretty things that you don't cover with your pictures, but I am primarily, I build these so that you have multiple spots for pictures. Multiple spots for pictures, okay? So, let me think of what I'm going to do here, and I will come back. Give me a thumbs up, guys, and I'll see you later. Okay, so working on the last page here. I think that's what, 2, 4, 6, what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10, yeah. I should have known that. 5 pages on there, this last one, it's 10. Duh. Okay, and these are the pieces that I had left. So I'm going to go ahead and use them now. They're all 6 inches. This one is 5.5 by 6. This one is 6.5 by 6. And this one is 6 3/4 by 6. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it and we'll work with them. And then I pulled out all of the bigger scraps that I had. Well, they're not all of them, but the ones that I kind of liked together that I think worked. So I pulled all those out so that we could use those on here. Okay, now, I think I have something in mind. Let's see. First thing I want to do is figure out what I'm going to put down here, because then I can make that page. I think I might put this down. So let me get this marked up here. My pencil. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. It's really coming along nicely. Okay. And cutting this off camera, so sorry about that. All right. Is there an up and a down on this? Or any way I like it better? We'll go with this. Okay, so this is my base page. And my 6 3/4, we're going to give it a 1/2 inch on the 6 3/4 side. We're going to give it a 1/2 inch score mark. The 6.5 by 6 on the 6.5 inch side, we're going to give it a 1/2 inch score mark. On the 5.5 by 6 on the 6 inch side, we're going to give it a 1/2 inch score mark. Okay. Let's see if we can get this pulled together here. All right, let me go ahead and fold all these. And bone folder. This is good paper. Okay, and now the 6.5. One of these I'm going to turn upside down. So I'm going to have a left and a right, okay? And that way I'm still putting the fold into the mountain. So they'll just be one upside down. So now remember, this is the same size as the page is. These flaps are the same size as the page, not the mat. So the mat will be smaller. You can see that the mat is smaller. So you're just going to center it. Sorry, my parents are downstairs. And oops. I have got quite the mess here today, people. Quite the mess. I went out crafting with my card group, and we made some really pretty cards.
Is that right?
I should show them to you. We always have fun. You know, those of you that follow me know I don't care much for cards. It's just not one of my things that I really like making. Okay, so we're just going to flip this over.
This is actually, to me, the best way of doing things. But sometimes you think about it after the fact, and that's okay. Then you just are going to put it right on top of the paper. You know, you would just line it right up on top of the paper if you've already got the paper down. But if you can think about it and work this way, it's, to me, it's just a whole lot better that it's underneath and you don't see all of the, trying to line this up, there we go. It's underneath and you don't see all the workings and it just doesn't get in your way. So again, we've just lined this up and made sure it was even with the other flap, the first flap that we put on. Get some good glue coverage on there and flip it over. All right, let's make sure we don't actually get it on the flap. All right, and we're good there. Okay, so there's that and that. And then this one, we're actually going to put over the top. And I think I'm going to add another score mark to this one. So let's get our score pad out and put it back on the 6-inch side. And we got the 1/2 inch, and I want to go backwards and do the 3/8 of an inch. So it gives me 1/8 of an inch. Fold that. Here we go. And there. And that gives us a nice little bit. Back. That gives us a little bit of room when you get all those photos and everything on there that this is still going to work. Now I want this centered. I'm going to pinch it down so that it's the second score mark. I'm actually going to give it a little burnish because I'm doing it this way. Okay, I normally don't burnish these, I just kind of fold them, but since I'm folding it over, I want to make sure that it is on this first score mark, the one closest to the edge, closest to the flap. And I want to make sure that that is laying as flat down against my base as I can. But remember, I am having it the same height as this brown paper. That's why I'm putting it on the outside. If you open the flaps up and want to put this on the inside, you open the flaps up and then just line it up with this paper. But I'm lining it up with the flaps, the brown flaps. And see how good my eyeball's working. That's about 1 3/8, and that's about 1 1/4. Let's see, let's have it on the end there. Yeah, so let's slide it that way, just a smidge. And I'm sorry, I am so not good with, now it's the other way. There we go, that's good enough. Open that up. Get some glue on it. Now remember, don't put the glue all the way down to the score mark, because that will seal your flaps down. Here we go. Alright, now let's open this up and make sure that we're not getting any out here. Okay, everything looks pretty good now. Alright, so we have this and this and this. and that will give you a nice 1/8 of an inch flat edge there. Okay, so there's our page built. Now we can decorate and figure out how we're going to do a closure. Now I want to, I think I've got enough of this to use this and this as my closure, I think. Now, all my bits and pieces here, I am going to figure out where I'm going to put these. I'm not going to glue them down, I'm just going to get them cut, and then I'll be right back so you guys don't have to see all of that. Okay, before we put this together, I just thought I'd show you the cards real quick. And listen, tell me which one's your favorite, which one if you'd like to see me do a tutorial on it, let me know. Now, this, I don't know if I can do it justice. It's right there. Isn't that cute? So it stands up like this. And it was super simple to do. And it's a decoration on top of being a card. So really super sweet. Now this, I did this one on a video, and I will attach it below. This was my one that I did at the card club. So I took one of my old ones. So I don't think it's cheating because I created this myself, but you know, what can I say? But if you're interested in this one, if I think about it, I'll link it in the below. This was an extra one we did. I'll show you that one. Now this one, I'm thinking I'm going to do a little tutorial on this. It's just super cute, and it's the size of a card, but it's just different. And this little thing stands up, so super cute. And then this is for Halloween. My little feet didn't stay on because my glue wouldn't work, but she just got these at Walmart, and then there were 3 different size pumpkins, and whichever pumpkin we wanted to cut up, we cut up, and we used the other 2 as the body, and then, you know, she had little hands for us and little feet for us, but they're super cute. I put a little tongue on mine. And then this one was really pretty, just some really pretty paper, very feminine, good all-around birthday card. And this one is the technique with zinc oxide, I'm sorry, not zinc oxide, distress oxide inks and photo paper. And I did a video on this as well, which I will link below. But these are, she had us do 2 of them, and I chose this one. And then she had these words that she die cut out, one with foam and then one. But let me know which one is your favorite. If you don't mind, leave a comment below. And again, I'll try and remember to put those 2 videos up. So anyway, but those are the cards we made. There was just 6 of us this time, but there's like 14 in the group. But you know, it just ebbs and flows. Some people are snowbirds and other things. Anyway, back to this. I've got everything cut out and inked. I've got 2 pieces of my ribbon here, seam binding, 11 inches long, and that should be plenty. So I'm going to go from the back side forward, and again, I do not know. Well, apparently I didn't do this one right. Oh, I see what I did. I measured it to the end of the brown instead of to the score mark. Let me get my pencil. Let's do this one again. Okay, hold on, let me cut this. I hope that's the only one I did that on.
Oh, good Lord. Good gravy. Ink. That thing is just absolutely falling apart. And this is not doing a whole lot better. There we go. All right. Let me double check that I've got it down right now. And then I cut it a titch too short, but it's okay. It's okay. So these on the inside, we're not going to be doing anything, you know, everything for me is getting pictures. And later on, I do some decorations. I might put some tuck spots or something like that. But right now, it's all about the decoration. I mean, I'm sorry, it's all about the pictures, getting the pictures in, and having it and getting as many pictures as you can, because that's what you're making these for, you know. That's what people buy them for, is to put the pictures in. And you still want to see some of the pretty paper, so you know, we're working on that as well. And then the inside, this flap here, I don't know what got all over the back of this. Little brown dots of some sort, but they don't ink their way through, so it's fine. Nobody's gonna see that side. There we go. And I'm trying to keep my fingers off because I've got that gold, and that gold is oh, yeah, it's pigment ink, so it doesn't dry as fast. So this doesn't tend to take it off where the other, my fingers do. Oh, this, I want it to go this way. Good. Oops. I just am so excited about fall. I can't even stand it. Because I live in Florida, and we still have another month before we start really getting fallish. But I'm getting excited. We can still swim, and the water's still hot. Yeah. And this storm that's coming, I hope everybody is planning, and pick up everything off the floor for your craft room. You know, that's, you know, everybody says, get your important papers and you know, take all the things. Well, I can't only get but a few things from my craft room into the car. And what do you take? I mean, really, you guys think about it. What is it that you would take out of your craft room if you had just a few minutes and a minimal amount of space? What would you take out of your craft room? So leave me a comment on that, because that would be, I would like to see what people honestly, what you would take. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I would think one thing is make sure you've got everything on video, all your machines and everything, so you can prove to the insurance company if you have content. But, you know, that's just kind of a, let's see, I think I had this on the inside. Yes, I did. All right, and that's gonna work just fine. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I'd probably take my basic tools that I love the most and maybe grab a
a paper pack or something. I don't know. I know I'd probably at least grab something that I could work on, I guess. I could at least do that, you know? So that's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. Okay, and this one I purposely cut a little bit smaller because I wanted a nice brown border around it. I just thought it kind of set. Oh no! Oh damn. Well, okay, I was going to, hold on, let me get this down. Poodlehead, I'm sitting here talking about that really deep philosophical, what would you take out of your craft room? And I forgot to put my ties in, but okay. So still what we can do is put the tie around the back, which will totally work. I was going to put it underneath this paper and underneath this paper, but it will totally work and probably be even better to do it around here. And I am going to use a bit of score tape. If you don't have it, you don't need to use that. You can just use glue. You can use your ATG gun if that works out for you. That's, you know, it's fine. I'm just gonna get my center here so because as you all know how good an eyeballer I am. Okay. Alright, let's get this pulled off. Alright, I'm not going to use all of that because I did only cut 11 inches. So there we go. So there's that. And then on this one, did I want to do this? Or did I want to do this? I wanted to do this. Oh, yeah. Let's see, go this way. And then back up. Whoops. Come on. Get back up there. Okay. And slide this down here. Alright. Now, decoration. Now, this is from Birdsong. This is from that one sheet I had from Birdsong. And I just loved this image. I knew I wanted to try and use it somewhere. And here it is. So, just going to try and center this. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do that. And we're going to tie it. Oh. Oops, wait a minute. Let's do this way. Alright, and that will keep that closed. We'll give this a little cut. I might have, if you haven't cut yours yet, I would say maybe make them a little longer because this takes up a little bit. So 12 or 13 inches would probably work a little better. All right. But anyway, so that's the page. So we're gonna open that up. There, there, and there. And that's going to be lots of great picture room, and I think it's really pretty, and I love it. Let's see, we're just going to wrap this around this way. Put our loop. And I tried to keep the majority of it off of the picture. So there we go. Yes, I love it. All right, guys, I'm gonna put this in the book, and then we're gonna do the inside front and back cover. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing the inside front and back covers, and I have a piece of the paper that I did the cover with, and I did just take my pencil and I held it out and I just marked it 1/4 of an inch in from these seam lines here, okay? And then I ran my scoreboard where I had made the marks, and then I'll leave about a 1/2 inch there. And I have this where it will match up perfectly with the print, but I cut it a little bit too short so it comes up off of this bottom paper here, because my idea was to line it up perfectly with the bottom of the paper here. So I am going to add this to the bottom of the pocket once I get this on there perfectly. I am going to give myself a little side cut there. Let's see, I am going to do the inking. Get this part. And this one has about had it. And I'm gonna ink this. Don't really need a bunch of it to go onto the red. I'm just interested in getting rid of that white edge, the core of the papier. Okay, and I'll have to cut one end. I don't know which end I'll end up cutting, so we'll get that done, and then we're going to have a little bit of this gold on here. Now this is one thing that I did not do on this, so, and I don't need to do it on that. But I do want to go ahead and do it on the, I would have done it on this, I just forgot. I forgot that I wanted to get that started, so just getting a little bit of this gold, and then before I actually glue it on, I'll do the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and, just so I know, I don't know which side I'll use. Little tip, when you guys have these teardrops, sometimes you push the lid down and it pops right back out. If you put the back part on, squeeze that and then close that, it will stay closed. Just a tip. Okay. So now I'm going to find where this matches up with everything. And like I said, I kept about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, right about there. And I just think it's gonna look neat. And I don't want to stretch it too hard because I want to be able to get a good bit of goodies down in there. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue. I'm not going to put it across the bottom. Just on the sides. I'm videoing. Okay, let's see here. Let's see where... There. Okay, there we go. And that's just gonna make that kind of... It's gonna give me a nice big pocket down the side there. And it's far enough away from the working parts that I don't have to worry about that. Now, we're going to put this down and make a mark where I need to cut it. There we go. He's in. Yes, he's in. Sorry, my husband keeps talking to me. Alright. And then this is just going to cover up that very bottom part. And you could actually leave, if you just glue the bottom part, you can actually leave it where you'll get a little bit into this. So that's, I think, what I'll do. I'll put some glue on the sides and along the bottom. I love when they have these kind of strips that you can, and Graphic 45 is really good at having strips, but a lot of them will put strips in their paper, so there we go. I think that looks pretty good. And this color and this color is the same color, so it that's pretty good as well. All right. Now this is a nice pocket, but yet it matches, so it's kind of cool just in that aspect as well. But we have nice good pocket for lots. Now these aren't tags, but will be able to fit lots. Oops, that didn't glue down very well, did it? We'll do that again, but look at that. See, that's quite a bit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, that's 8 pieces of paper right there, so. All right, let me try this again, because apparently I didn't get enough glue on it. All right. We'll try this again, by gosh, by golly. Alright. Okay. We'll let that dry very well before we put anything in there. Now for the front cover. Let's see. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is, this is 6 1/4, I think. Just about 6 1/4. And then I'm going to cut at 4 3/4. So I'll get 2. And with this little booger thingy right here, I think I can get 6 1/4 out of each one of those, because I think this actually ends up being, yeah, see, this ends up being basically 12 1/2. So, the only thing is that this would have to be what got folded down, and it's actually going to be the 4 3/4 side that gets folded down. So I don't know that that's going to help too much. But I can get the 6 1/4 here. Okay, so 6 1/4 here, 4 3/4, and 4 3/4. So that will give me 4, which is not enough. And that is another one, so that would be 5. And that is it. That is all she wrote for paper that I have. So I might be able to figure out a way of making this work. Maybe I'll put some of this on the edge of each piece, and that way I can cover this up. Yes, we'll figure something out. Okay, so let me, I'm gonna get them cut. So I should have 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think I figured I could get 8 in here, but I'm gonna live with 7. So I'm gonna get these cut, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, to show you what I've done here, I'm getting myself a larger piece. I take it, kind of get it just past where I need it, fold it over, get another piece, oops, okay, again, get it kind of even and pick it up just past where I need it. Fold it over and give it a little burnish. And then I'm just snipping off the edges. Okay. There we go. And then folding these. And I thought I might have some problems folding them afterwards, but I have not had a bit of problem. The washi tape just bends around with it. It's not pulling away from the edge or anything like that, so I've been really pleased with that. Something I didn't know, but do now. Okay, so there are my, and I just think that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Okay, now I'll bring my book back in. And I am going to put this right on. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to, I have extra of this. I think I'm going to glue these onto this and then cut it out. Yes. I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue these on. Just this is going to go right to the edge like that. And I'm just going to glue. And you don't want to cut the edges. You know, you don't want to snip, you just want to leave them. And I'm just going to line this up right on the edge. Okay. This may not be straight, this may not be straight, but if I keep it on this, it will at least have them straight, because I'm going to cut this, any excess I'll cut off. Okay. There's that. Okay. Oops. That jumped. That jumped. And right there, I believe. There we go. And that's nice. Okay. Make sure you get it pushed up so that it is in line and that you're not seeing any of this paper in between the flap of the one before it and this one. Okay. Alrighty. Got that a little high on there. Alright. There's that one. Three more. Okay. Try not to get the glue onto the washi tape, because it does dull it, and then you also you know that you got glue on there. But if you do get some glue on there, you can wet your finger and get it off fairly easily. Okay. Last one. See, we've got, push this up just a little bit. There we go. Up. Now that's got to come over just a smidge on there. There we go. My mom and I went thrifting today, and I did a haul video, some tickled with the things I found. Didn't find a whole lot, but had some fun. So look for that. Probably, I don't know if it's going to be out. Probably not. It'll be out after these videos are out. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take my scissors and I want to cut right here, and hopefully I can get this all the way across. There's that. And cut this all the way across. I don't want to cut into my
metal, my tape. Okay, and that lines up, and then this has just got a little bit of an edge left on it here. Just almost all the way across. Okay. All right. So now, I don't think I have enough of this left to tie. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do to keep this closed? What am I gonna do to keep this closed? Plus, I'm gonna want to put paper on the fronts of these. So it is going to get thicker and thicker. I've not been wanting to use magnets just because I feel like, you know, some people don't have the access to magnets, can't afford magnets, you know, there's all kinds of reasons, but, or just don't own any, and you don't want to sit and wait. Let's see, are any of these the same? Let's see. Oh, wish I could pick things up. None of them are the same. So let me think. Okay, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to also cut some papers, and I'll come back and give you sizes, and we'll go over the closure and get it in the book, and then we'll work on the front cover. All right, guys, back in a minute. Okay, just quick, I thought I should go ahead and put the gold here so that when I do put paper down, that you're not going to be able to see that these are all different lengths. Okay, so by doing that and I put paper down, they're all going to look, it doesn't matter, they're going to look the same. Okay. Now there's not going to be paper on the backs, so there will be a little different on that, but that's okay. The backs actually, let's see, the backs looks pretty good. They look pretty good. The back looks pretty good. So anyway, again, it's just take it bigger than the piece and just kind of get it lined up so it's even. Drop it down a little bit and put it on there. Fold it over. That looks pretty nice. If it doesn't, then take it off and try it again. So burnishing, and then a nice clip. There we go. Okay. So just wanted to show you that. Now I'm going to find my papers. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for closure, so we're working on it. Okay, now I have come up with a way I think is going to close this pretty well, and then I'm going to cover it. I've got a couple pieces here
that I'm going to play around with, and they're approximately 6¼ by 2½, and they're both the same. This one's going to get cut down, and once we cut it down, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, get my scoreboard here, and I'm going to do a 1/2 inch for underneath the base page here. Then, let's see, when you close this, now remember there's going to be paper that's going to go on top of each one of these. So I'm looking at probably like that. So I think I'm going to give it 3/8 of an inch. I think 3/8 of an inch. No, 1/4 inch. I think 1/4 inch. Let's see. Let me think here. 1/4 inch right there. That's probably what it is now. So yeah, we're gonna give it a little bit of expansion room, 3/8 of an inch. So we'll have the first one and the second one. I'm gonna do that again. 1/2 inch, and then it'll be 7/8, which will give you the 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. There's a storm brewing outside, so I hope all of the people in the Carolinas are being safe, staying dry, and that their homes are not too badly damaged or damaged at all. And we went through that with mine 2 years ago. We got pretty badly, had to redo the whole house, so I feel for you guys. Definitely feel for you guys. Okay, so one of these I'm going to cut down a little bit. And I also want, let's see, I think it was, I don't remember which one I did on the, let me look here. It was this one. I wanted to do the same end that I did on the other. Let's see, I'm going to cut it down. Let's see again. Got this. We've got this. I want it to come through. Wow. Okay. I don't know. Don't cut it down yet. And let's see, this is, yeah, 2½. So I need this to be 2½. It is, right now it's 4 1/8. So I need 1 1/4 here and 1 1/4 here will give me 2½. And so 1 1/4. I'm going to do 1 1/4 here. Then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to move this out less than 1/8, just to give myself a little bit more room, and do 1 1/4 again. Oops, dang it. Okay, so now I will bend this over. There we go. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, see, that's going to be nicely on there. And it's going to allow that to slide in nice and easy as well. Okay, but I don't need it this wide. I want, let's see, I'm going to cut off that little end there because it's not quite, I don't think there's anything else I'd like to use. Let me see here. Let's see. Let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me let you see what I've got left. Those are all too big. Playing cards are too big. Let's see. I don't think I have anything that is smaller than that. Okay, so we're going to use this little black. Going to use this. Let's see. Oh.
And they gave his badge number. The one that was on the screen wasn't the same as the one he gave. A little error there.
Put this back. Alright, let's get this cut so it's a little, oh, my little, I'll have to find it. I don't know where it went. Huh, okay. Anyway, so let's see where we're gonna we're gonna back this onto something else and then put it on here. So let's get this cut. This will look nice. Just have to be careful I don't cut my fingers off since I don't have my blade protector, my finger protector. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. Alright, I think that looks good. Now, let's see how, I'm going to have to make that a little smaller.
I remember the thing was, I put one for
Okay. I think that will work right there. All right, so I'm going to ink these up and figure out what I'm going to put on here and ink that up, and I'll be right back and we'll put it all together.